Before I even begin chatting shit, I'd like to apologise about how late the video is. In my previous video I stated that I will be away for the weekend, so I did get a chance to watch the game, but I didn't get a chance to report on the game because I have been in Birmingham for the weekend, which is pretty cool. We had a good time in the missus, and yeah, it was lovely stuff. We saw a nice little cool concert. We got to see the voice actor for the upcoming Final Fantasy 16 protagonist, which was really cool. And yeah, so we had a good weekend. But anyways, the video's been delayed long enough. Let's just get straight on with it, no messing about, because we have Swansea tonight and I need this video up in time. So the first half saw Preston be the better side, but not clinical enough in the final third. We conceded an unfortunate goal due to a bit of lazy defending in the opening minutes, but I gave the players the benefit of the doubt. In the second half, it was more of the same, but the quality dipped as the game went on, which led to another goal being conceded, and at that point the game was over because Preston we didn't look like we were in it to win it, which is the problem. We looked like we was playing for a draw. As you can tell, we had more spoils of possession and we had more shots, fair enough, but we just didn't look like we was having that same desire. Whereas if you compare it to our previous game against, I think it was Reading, yeah, we had, 23 shots, 7 on target, and 66% of the possession. Which you could argue it's Reading, which is a team that was piss poor on the day, but Millwall weren't exactly up for it either on the day, and I'm very surprised we was, able to let them bag that win. So it's very disappointing, very, very disappointing. So if we take a look at the table after this game, there have been some games played yesterday. Because today's Wednesday, so games have been played and we have been knocked to 10th, but we are still only 1 point touching distance. So if we win tonight, then that'll see us move up a bit more. But in terms of the other games tonight in the Championship, yeah, Blackburn and Coventry, that's going to be a big game, and that's going to help to sort of wobble us to see where we're going to be. Millwall obviously lost, which is a big result, but Sunderland taking a point, West Brom taking 3 points as well. It's basically what we do now, because we haven't won every game in this last 5, which was unrealistic anyway, because obviously we're in this position now, we are relying on other teams' results as well as our own, so it's not as straightforward as it seems in most people's head. Right, so we'll take a look at the player ratings, but we'll be quick, because I rambled a bit then. So Woodman a 6, truth be told, didn't have much to do, tried his best, but of course when he was finally tested, he couldn't turn up. Story is 6, didn't have much to do. Okay performance. Lindsay is 6, dealt with most aerial threats apart from being one of several players who let Bradshaw sneak in front of him, which would be disappointing. Hughes a 7, I thought he was good. A threat down the left side, decent effort on goal. Potts a 6, not as effective as he has been in recent weeks. Had a job to do, kept the player quiet, but his attacking contributions were quiet. Onorma a 7, followed on from his performance against Reading with another strong showing. Definitely the best player on the pitch in my opinion. Did his best to make things happen in and around the box, but it wasn't to be. Still had the better of Millwall midfield multiple times. I wish he would have took more shots, because when he did try and get his shot off, they were all blocked. And I saw a couple of opportunities he could have maybe got another shot off, but didn't happen. Whiteman a 6. Had a one-on-one battle with Millwall starman in the form of Fleming, and whilst Dutchman was decent, none of their goals came from Whiteman's mistakes. Not as influential as he can be. Johnson a 7, another assured display from the skipper. Perhaps fluffed his lines in the second half when Hughes played a ball across, but his efforts and midfield couldn't be faulted. Brady a 6, delivers into the box and didn't amount to much, but still tried to make things happen up and down the line, often slotting in Hughes to create some chances on the overlap. Was brought off in the second half though, and Fernandez made a bit more of an impact. Power at 5, some decent touches on the occasion, but the end product just wasn't there for the Tottenham loanee. Got more and more frustrated before being brought off. Cannon a 6, fed off scraps for some of the game, but tried his best against strong defenders. Goal stood in for a chance in the first half, long denied Onorma, but the aforementioned Hutchinson denied him. Yeah, I remember that chance. It was a shame really, but it's not like Cannon. But you'd think after all them chances we had back to back, it'd give them a bit more desire to get on and score that goal, but we didn't for some reason. Alvaro 6, live wide down the left when he came on, and he pulled the ball back for Delap's massive chance. Delap at 5 gave Millwall something more to deal with than Parrott physically, but he should have really broken his duck from the close range, but it was cleared, hence why At the time, my argument was, why is he just trying to tap it in when he's got a perfect opportunity to swing his foot and smash it in? Which, naturally, if I was to say, if I was to coach someone in a situation like that, I'd say just composure, get it in. But from that little bit of a distance, you need a bit more force on it. Ledson a 5. Had a tough job, but didn't do an awful lot. Diaby a 5. One moment which uses pace to scupper a dangerous Millwall attack, but most of his actions when he was on the pitch were down the other end. And Woodburn came on too late and didn't do anything apart from give away a foul, so shit as usual. Right, Gaffer's reaction, I'm not going to read it all. We'll just sort of skim and scan through it. Apologies if I keep clearing my throat. I don't know what I've got some form of infection for about a week now, and every time I talk my throat just gets clogged with some fucking, yeah, it's horrible. Anyways, thoughts on the game. Disappointing in terms of the result, thought the performance was good. Don't want to dwell on it too long because there's another game on Wednesday, but I said to the lads I'm disappointed with the 2 goals, but well played. I thought we played some fantastic stuff. Nothing to take away from Millwall. We knew exactly what to expect and what they were going to do. I'm just disappointed with the 2 goals, and that's about it, really. That's really all he says. On playoff hopes, I haven't sat here and said we're going to do this or that. Everyone's sat here looking around when it's a must-win game. It is what you want to consolidate and try and stay in there, but we've got 4 more, and I know there's going to be loads of twists and turns. So we've got to give ourselves a fighting chance, and as I've said all along, we want to try and finish in the top half. Yeah. I think that's all we can really take from that. Frustration of set-piece goals. I think if there's any Millwall reporters in here, how many goals do you think they could have scored from set plays? With second phase plays, that will probably be their 30th one goal, or 30th one goal, so you know what's coming, and we're disappointed in the goals because we worked on them. But they're effective in what they do, so hats off to them. Thinking, okay, this one baffled me. I didn't want to throw young Alvaro up there in the way that Millwall play. I think he would have got kicked up and down the park early doors, so he put Brady in for a bit more solid and resolute. He was in there for set plays as well, and Robbie is decent in the air. I'm not saying Alvaro isn't, but the fact of the matter is we have to rotate these 2 for certain games. And this is total bollocks, because when Alvaro came on, he ran fucking rings around these players. Yeah, Millwall are cliched to be the scrappy team, like they're one of them fucking rough London teams, but the reality is, on the day, Alvaro was better than Brady at any moment he had his feet on the pitch. Yeah, fair enough. You need to rotate them, but I'd say you give Brady the easier games because Alvaro is better than Brady. I don't care if he's young, but it's the truth. And then the Delap goal drought, you've got to make sure that you burst the back of the net. If that falls to Cannon, he smashes the net. But look, Liam has been ill for a week, no excuses. He hasn't had many chances when he's come on the pitch, but when them moments come, you've got to make sure you put him in the back of the net. He'll be disappointed, but he has to again when the opportunity comes. And that's about it, really. And I think once he finds out he might go on a run, I hope it's not too late. Of course it's too late. He's got 4 games left and he's not starting any games. If he starts against Swansea, we're fucked. Because Pirate puts the work in, he just can't score. But lay it off to Cannon and everything's sound. Anyways, as we normally do to round off, I've got my points. Looking like we weren't playing for a win, arguably deserved more from the game, and we are making our lives harder in terms of reaching the ultimate destination. The pros, we had a solid performance, we demonstrated good footballing at times, and the cons, we needed to have a bit more fire in the play, and the playoff push is now a lot harder, and we conceded some sloppy goals. And that's about it, really. So all in all, it's just one of those days in football where the result's disappointing. You feel like you deserve more, but you just didn't get any more, and it's football, so you just got to keep your head high and move on, I suppose. Playoffs are still more than doable. It's now just a case of, can we get a good run of results again? 4 wins. We could probably get away with a draw, but it depends on other teams' results, but it is what it is. Sorry this is late again, but I'll sign off now. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you tune in for the Swansea video as soon as that goes up. And again, apologise it's late.